President Sisi reviews the latest developments in Egypt Future Agency projects. Prime Minister Madbouli announces official invitations sent to world leaders for the Grand Egyptian Museum inauguration. The United Nations highlights Egypt's long-standing role in global peacekeeping on International Day of UN Peacekeepers. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held a meeting with the senior officials to review the latest developments in projects managed by the Egypt Future Agency for Sustainable Development. During the session, the president emphasized the importance of maintaining adequate strategic reserves of essential commodities. He called for the enhanced coordination among relevant state bodies to increase these reserves and directed full support mechanisms to ensure the continued success of the agency's initiatives. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli announced that official invitations have been sent out to the world leaders to attend the inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum. Describing the event as a landmark occasion, Madbouli emphasized its significance in promoting Egypt's rich heritage and strengthening the country's tourism sector. The announcement came during a high-level meeting to review final preparations. Cabinet spokesperson Mohammed al-Hamousani said the ceremony will include events that reflect Egypt's past, present, and future. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has emphasized the importance of building on the outcomes of the Egyptian-Moroccan Business Forum held in Cairo in May 2025. In a meeting with the Moroccan Minister of Industry and Trade, Riyad Mazzour, Abdelati highlighted the progress of the Egyptian economy and outlined opportunities to strengthen economic and trade cooperation between the two countries. He also expressed hope that Egyptian companies will take part in infrastructure projects currently underway in Morocco in preparation for the 2030 World Cup. And during his visit to the Moroccan capital, Rabat, Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati paid his respects at the royal mausoleum of the late Moroccan kings, Mohammed V and Hassan II. The minister also inspected the Egyptian embassy premises, including the Defense Attaché's office, and met with the embassy staff and technical teams. Abdelati reviewed workflow at the consular section, emphasizing the importance of providing efficient services to the Egyptian citizens in Morocco. The Minister of Agriculture and Land Reclamation, Ala Farouk, has held talks with Romania's ambassador to Cairo, Olivia Todurian, to explore ways of strengthening bilateral cooperation in agriculture and agricultural investment. Farouk underscored the importance of the long-standing ties between Egypt and Romania, especially in the trade of strategic agricultural commodities. He noted that Romania is one of Egypt's approved suppliers of imported wheat, with nearly 1 million tons delivered each year. And Egypt has marked the 77th anniversary of the United Nations peacekeeping forces, reaffirming its commitment to supporting international peace and security. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ambassador Tamim Khalaf paid tribute to the vital role of the UN peacekeepers and honored the sacrifices made by the Egyptian military, police, and civilian personnel. As one of the largest contributors to the UN peacekeeping missions, Egypt has deployed over 30,000 personnel to 37 missions across 24 countries since first joining in 1960. Currently, Egypt contributes 1,205 peacekeepers, including 81 women. 60 Egyptians have lost their lives while serving under the UN flag. The United Nations has highlighted Egypt's long-standing contribution to global peacekeeping efforts, marking the International Day of UN peacekeepers observed on May the 29th. UN Resident Coordinator in Egypt, Elena Panova, noted the country's consistent role over 65 years as a key partner in peacekeeping missions worldwide. This year's official commemoration will be held on June the 3rd at the Ariana Park under the theme The Future of Peacekeeping, focusing on the need to modernize operations in response to evolving global challenges. Deputy Foreign Minister Nabil Habashi has urged Egyptians living abroad to register for the 6th Egyptians Abroad Conference scheduled for August the 3rd and 4th in New Cairo. Held under the slogan "From Everywhere, Egypt is the Destination," the event is organized under the patronage of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and will be attended by the Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati. The conference aims to address the concerns of the Egyptian expatriates, enhance support systems, and promote dialogue with the diaspora. Registration is open until June the 1st, 2025. And Tourism and Antiquities Minister Sharif Fathy has reaffirmed Egypt's view of Serbia as a strategic partner during an official visit to Belgrade. And Fathy pointed to strong political relations and growing cooperation, particularly in tourism and culture. He noted that between 60,000 and 70,000 Serbian tourists visited Egypt in 2024, mostly to the Red Sea resorts, with rising interest in Sharm el-Sheikh and St. Catherine. The minister proposed joint promotional campaigns and highlighted the upcoming July opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum. He also underscored Egypt's plan to double hotel capacity by 2030 and called for deeper cultural exchange, welcoming Serbian exhibitions in Egypt. And Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has followed up on the progress of several service and development projects in the New Valley Governorate. According to Cabinet spokesperson Councillor Mohammed Al-Hamousani, the meeting reviewed the implementation status of projects across multiple sectors. Discussions also focused on efforts to improve public services and raise the standard of living for residents in the Governorate. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has declared Thursday, June the 5th through Monday, June the 9th, 2025 as an official paid holiday in observance of Eid al-Adha. The cabinet statement confirms the holiday applies to employees in ministries, government agencies, public organizations, local administrations, public sector companies, and business sector companies. Examination schedules will continue as planned during this period. And Egypt's ministries of health and agriculture have jointly denied rumors of a viral epidemic affecting poultry, describing them as baseless. Officials confirmed that poultry farms nationwide remain stable, with no evidence of any virus posing risks to consumption or handling. Preventive and surveillance systems are fully operational, having inspected over 3,492 farms, covering more than 22.5 million birds. The infection rate stays below 3% within normal limits. The Ministry of Health also reported no cases of the alleged virus and continues close monitoring through national surveillance. Public health teams are deployed and hospital preparedness has been increased. And Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has inaugurated the new headquarters of the Consumer Protection Agency in New Cairo, highlighting its key role in protecting citizens' rights and regulating markets. He emphasized that the agency's mission aligns with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's directives to strengthen social protection and economic stability. The new facility marks progress towards digitizing consumer services. The inauguration was attended by several ministers, governors, and parliamentary leaders. The General Authority for Investment and Free Zones, in partnership with the Egyptian Embassy in The Hague, held a roundtable to explore the Egyptian-Dutch cooperation in waste management and recycling. Hossam Heiba, the CEO of the General Authority, highlighted the Egyptian government's strong interest in developing waste recycling and its commitment to boosting investment in this vital sector, citing its environmental and economic significance in Egypt's promising capabilities. Petroleum Minister Karim Badawi has announced Egypt has made 40 new oil and gas discoveries from 75 wells drilled between July 2024 and May 2025. These include an estimated 42 million barrels of oil and 1.3 trillion cubic feet of gas. Finds were made in the Mediterranean, the Gulf of Suez, and the Western Desert, Egypt's most productive region, with 29 new discoveries. Badawi also confirmed 12 new exploration agreements with $631 million, with 15 more pending. These efforts are set to boost daily production by 41,000 barrels of oil and 1.37 billion cubic feet of gas. The Egyptian stock market ended today's session with gains across major indices, supported by foreign investor purchases. The EGX 30 index rose by 0.62%, while the EGX 30 weighted index increased by 0.45%. The EGX 30 total return index jumped in 0.63%. The EGX 70 equally weighted index for small and medium enterprises gained an 0.37%, and the EGX 100 equally weighted index climbed an 0.28%. Meanwhile, the Islamic Sharia index declined by an 0.24%. Al Ahly has secured the General League Championship for the third consecutive season and the 45th time in the club's history after a commanding 6-0 victory against Farco. Al Ahly finished top of the league standings with 58 points. Wissam Abu Ali starred with 4 goals, while Hussein al-Shahat and Imam Ashur each added 1 goal. And Zamalek's technical staff is getting ready for the upcoming Egyptian Premier League match against Farco. The game is scheduled for 8 p.m. next Saturday at the Cairo International Stadium. This match will conclude the second phase of the league competition. And the Egyptian Meteorological Authority reports warm to hot daytime temperature across northern regions, including Greater Cairo and North Upper Egypt, while South Upper Egypt experiences intense heat. Nights will be cooler in most areas. Moderate winds will affect the Western Desert, Western North Coast, and South Sinai. Light rain is possible on Friday along the far western northern coast. Intermittent winds are expected in South Sinai from Saturday through Tuesday, and Cairo records an 11 degrees Celsius rise in temperature compared to last week, reflecting typical springtime fluctuations. And that brings us to the end of our news bulletin, and here's what we've been covering. President el-Sisi reviews the latest developments in the Egypt Future Agency projects. Prime Minister Madbouli announces official invitations sent to world leaders for the Grand Egyptian Museum inauguration. And the United Nations highlights Egypt's long-standing role in global peacekeeping on International Day of UN Peacekeepers. And that's all for now, and remember to stay updated by following Q News for the latest developments.